Hi, thank you for joining. We'll just give it a couple of minutes to let everybody in. So you've got time to grab a drink and you've got time to make sure that you've got a notebook. So let's just let everybody come into the room, make yourself comfy, and I'm looking forward to sharing some great stuff with you today. So another minute or two. See how we do it. Actually, but yeah, we're okay. We're ahead of our start time. So let's just make sure we're all comfy and in. Oh, I love these days. I love these webinars, and I'm so happy to be able to share some great stuff with you today. So you'll see as we go along. We have Andy in the chat. Andy, if you want to chat and say hello. Excuse me, Andy's going to be managing the chat and managing questions. So I will stay on for questions at the end, but I've got a lot that I want to share with you to make sure that you get great value from today. So, and let's see, numbers coming in. Good. And just another minute or two because my clock is saying we're still ahead of the start time. So thank you for those of you who've arrived nice and early. Where are you based? Where are you based and how did you hear of this? That's what we're looking forward to hearing from you at the moment. So tell us who you are in the chat, where you're from, how you heard about this, just while we let everybody get into the room. I know some people join late, that's okay. And what is it you hope to get from today? What's made you decide to click through to register and to turn up? Because we know a lot of people register and then don't turn up because life gets in the way. What was it that made you decide to come onto this today? So tell us why you're here. And I'm going to make sure that you go away from this more enriched than when you started. And you've got some great things that you can use in your business. That's my promise and my guarantee. So talk to us. Tell us, who are you? Where are you from? What do you hope to get from today? And I know some of you want to get the top two models that we have. They are the top two things. They underpin everything that we do. They underpin all of our coaching. I'm going to share them with you today because they will make life a heck of a lot easier for you. So don't be shy. Keep talking to us throughout. And if you have any questions, pop them in the chat. But what I will do is I'm going to focus on a main presentation. So if you'll bear with me, I've got a real plan to take us through some stuff that's going to make life easier for you. Okay, and I will get to questions at the end. Forgive me if I repeat myself sometimes because what will happen is I know that some people will join us late. That's normal, that happens. Wonderful, less is more model is so much harder. You wait till you see this. People say to me about the things I'm going to share with you today, they say, do you know what? This is so simple. This is so easy. It must have taken a lot of work to make it this simple. And of course it has. It has. But two models, top things, use both of these in your business. They're two one-pagers that you can stick up on the wall and they will make a massive difference to you and your business and your life if you use them. So let's get started. Thank you for being here. We've got people coming in from all over the place now, and I love, thank you very much, Paul. We always provide great content and looking to learn a few nuggets. Well, pens at the ready, because we're going to have a few of those for you today. So I'm going to turn off the chat now, and we've got somebody else who lives in Spain and is from Worcestershire. That's where we're from. We're coming up now to the end of quarter three, and we're just heading into quarter four. This is a really big time of year for many of us because it's about ending the year strongly, but it's also about getting ready for what we want to do, not just this quarter, but beyond into the future. So I've got a presentation here. What I'm going to do, switch to the presentation, and I'll come back to you like this afterwards and answer any or all of your questions. So if you're sitting comfortably, as they used to say back in my day, then we'll begin. So welcome to your 90-day planning webinar. And the reason I've called it that is because We use this every 90 days, and we have used a 90-day planning process for over 18 years together, myself and Andy. If you didn't hear earlier on, Andy is here in the chat. He's going to be looking after the questions, and we'll be picking up at the end and handling those. This is tried, tested, and proven. We know this works, and once a quarter, we are committed to giving stuff away. So that's why you're here. You will get gifts, you will get all sorts of things, and we'll talk to you about focusing on your big picture, but then pulling it down to 90 days. What are you going to do in the next 90 days? And as promised, I'm going to share our top 2 models. There are more things I can share with you, but these are the 2 that we're focusing on today. 1-page models, one for your business plan and one for achieving your goals. And when I talk about that, I mean personal, professional, any of your goals. This is about your business should be working for you and your life. So let's just work a step at a time and go through. This is about simplifying great, consistent results, because too many of us, and I've been guilty of this, too many of us are up and down, we're erratic, we're not consistent. So consistency is an important word. And if I were you, I would write that down and start asking yourself, how consistent are you in different areas of your business? When you're climbing the ladder, we want to make sure it's up against the right wall, and we want to make sure that you're taking those steps consistently. So that will underpin what we're doing here. So the first thing I'm going to ask you is why? Why is it that we are in business? Now think about why you went into business in the first place for yourself. Or if you haven't done it yet, why do you want to go into business? Because for many of us, we want more freedom, we want more flexibility, we want to follow our goals and our plan. Now, it's great working for yourself, but it can also be the most challenging thing ever, because if you're not answering to somebody else who's paying you, you're answerable to yourself, which is why we use these 2 models to make sure that we stay on track or get on track if we're not there already. Tell me in the chat some of the problems that you have in business, and I'm going to lead the way. I'm going to tell you some of the problems that I've had and we've had in business. The first thing is we've not always been consistent. The second thing is it's confusing. There's a lot of stuff going on out there. There's lots of information. We've been working online for quite some time, but some people were struggling to make the switch. We were ready, we were up for that. But for some people, that's been a big change of direction, a change of approach. So tell me in the chat, what are the things that you have as an issue as a business owner? This is just to share what have been issues. Time, how do you get everything done? How do you know who to listen to? Because I remember paying £10,000 for a website in the year 2000. A lot of money. The website was beautiful, it was pretty, but it did not do what it was supposed to do. So who do you listen to? You listen to somebody who says, I'm not the cheapest and blah, 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 you know, and you put your money in, and the idea is you're investing your money. Have you invested money and got a great return? Have you put money into things because you've been distracted? Somebody's had a better job of explaining what they can do than you've had of explaining your goals and your timeline. So talk to me in the chat and tell me some of the problems. Is it overwhelm? Is it time? Is it knowing who to talk to, who to listen to? Is it consistency? Is it having somebody to talk to? Because being a business owner can be quite lonely. Now, I very quickly joined groups so that I could talk to other people and not have to fess up to my team about how challenging things were. So I wanted to appear and be strong for the team, and I'm sure you do that as well. And we all have team, internal or external. So when you think about all of these things, what are some of the problems that you have? And we're going to come back to this later, because the 2 models I'm going to share with you today should make life a lot easier and a lot clearer for you, because they will stop you going on and picking up somebody else's bright idea unless it fits with your plan. So when we talk about achieving your goals, we'll have a nice clear pathway that will literally take you up a straight line. It's like a flight path. You'll have this journey, and you will decide what's happening where and when. And when people come along with great ideas and say, hey, pay money into this, invest in this, you can ask yourself, is this taking me closer to my goal, or is it moving me further away? And the other one-page model we'll look at as well, the business plan. So if you put some things in the chat, and Andy, I'm sure you're keeping an eye on this, and you can chat to people about, we know what the problems of being a business owner are. We know how easy it is to get pulled in different directions. We know how it can be overwhelming. We know all of the challenges, believe me. I set up my business in 1997. A few years later, I met Andy, we joined forces, and it's great because, first of all, we've got somebody else who we can talk to. We've also sought out communities, and we have a community that you can join. We have 2 communities that you can join. I'll talk to you about those at the end. We're not going to just abandon you after today's webinar. We have a lot more help and a lot more support that we can give you. So think about your reason why as we go through this first model. So as we look at the first model, we're calling it the Stairway to Heaven. Now, the Stairway to Heaven is deceptively simple, as most really powerful things are. It's very easy to kind of step over something and go, yeah, I know that, or yeah, I've heard that. And when that kicks in, we tend to shut down and stop listening. What I want you to do today is prick your ears up and really get the nuggets, like Paul was saying earlier, get the nuggets from this session. Are you climbing your ladder? Whatever your ladder is, wherever it is you're headed, are you taking each step, each rung at a time? Too many people think they can climb the whole thing in one go. Some people have got the ladder up against the wrong wall. Back to some of the challenges again. I did that. I climbed a ladder really well, and then decided I didn't want to work for someone else. I wanted to work for me. So I got clearer on what was at the top of my ladder that I was aiming for. So your Stairway to Heaven, the girl on the right here she's taking it a step at a time. She's building her route, and that's what I'm going to help you to do, to build your route. Now, when you see numbers appear on the screen like that, I'm just going to explain what that is, because what we have is a workbook. This is where these 2 models have come from. I'm going to stop the slide presentation for a moment and show you. What we have here is a workbook. It's a 56-page workbook, and it's got lots and lots of detail in it. And what we've done is we've summarised all this down to the 2 models I'm going to share with you today. So let me just show you. That's one of the models, and that's the other one. Really simple, both 1 page. And I am going to share them with you and explain why they're so valuable. So this is about taking your next step at a time. And we've got a section in our workbook for this saying, what's your stairway to heaven? Where is it you're going? Where is it you're headed? And grab a piece of paper. I would suggest an A4 sheet of paper, or bigger if you've got one, because I'm going to get you to follow this with me. This is the stairway to heaven. This is how you get from your A to B, how you achieve everything that you want in a specific time frame. I'm a big believer that you can have anything you want. You just have to plan it and take it a step at a time. So in the top right-hand corner, I want a big box. If you draw a big box, trust me and bear with me, because if you write this yourself, it will mean more. If you look at it or take a screenshot, that's absolutely fine, but write it and you'll get more from it. Top right, what do I want in the future? In the future, and let's do this box by box together. Top right, big box, future. And the signs I've got in there are pounds. What money do you want coming in? What money do you want going out? How much is it going to cost you to run your business? How much profit do you want to make? Next one, the little stick man, is people. What people do you want in your life at this future point? We're going to plan to the end of the year. So we're looking at just the next 90 days. So what people do you want in your life? What do you want to be happening? And then time. How much time do you want to be spending in, on, and out of your business? Time, your whole life you're planning here. Delivery, DLY, that just means delivery. What am I delivering to get paid on this particular model, on this particular track, you know, where I'm saying, this is the money I want coming in. How am I going to get that? what will be my products or my services, my deliverables that I get paid for. So think about what yours will be. And that future box is something for you to go away and really play with and think about after today. Bottom left, draw a smaller box that's now, because usually I find that the now box is like a big box of spaghetti. You've got everything you need to run your business, or pretty much everything you need to run your business, but it's all jumbled up. There is no clear, easy route. I'm going to give you the path to get out of the maze and to get up to your destination. You decide what your destination is. I'll show you how to get there. So just put now in the bottom left. Number one is alignment. This is a tool. These 6 things at the top will help you get everything you want. The 6 things at the top are number one, alignment. Andy and I do this. And afterwards, I'll show you a real live version of this that we've done for the last quarter. It started as a skeleton and it got built on and built on. We put the flesh on the bones as we went through the quarter, but we got aligned. Now, if you're in a partnership, you could, like Andy and I, have one side each for your stuff. What am I doing on the steps on the journey up from now to the future? What's your partner doing on the journey up? Or you could have it as business and personal. There's lots of things you can do. And again, just think about the overall picture. Who do you need to get aligned with? The more we talk to each other, we get our plans clear on what we're doing in the next quarter. So we know how we're going to hit January and what will be on this plan as we go. Are there other people you need to talk to? Again, that will depend on what you've got in that future box at the top right. So looking at it now, number 2, action plan. This is great. Draw a line from one box to the other. That's your action plan. If only it were that straight in real life. It isn't, is it? I mean, we get pulled off track, things happen. We've had a particularly busy quarter with a lot going on internationally. That's okay. It goes on the plan and we just take a step at a time, and we're always looking at what's the next step, what's the next step. So action plan, your journey, A to B, now to future. What we're going to do next is number 3 is regular focus. If you have a regular focus, this is the step at a time, a week at a time, or a day at a time. So you'll see I've written on that one, DWM. We've got daily, weekly, monthly. This is your journey and your train track, your miles, your stops along the way, your motorway service signs, whatever it is. You want to manage that journey from now to the future. Let's say the end of the year, 1st of January, you want to manage that by chunking it down. First thing I do is, this is one for a year, but let's do one and you do yours for October, November and December. So put those months in, divide it into 3. As you can see, I've got all these divisions, I've got quarters in there. What you're going to do is divide yours into months. You could do a big one for a year. Where do I want to be in a year's time? But let's keep it simple and do October, November, December. So 2 is the action plan. 3 is the regular focus. 4 is you've got to spend some time working on your business. Now, if you're flat out and busy and you're in reactive mode, that's going to be a bit of a dig in the ribs for you. But the more time you spend on your business, then the more time you can actually get control of it. So I'm a big fan of 90-day planning. I'm also a big fan of 90-minute chunks. So if you get your diary and start with, if you really push for time, start with one 90-minute chunk a week. As you get better, you'll get to one 90-minute chunk a day, and so on and so on. You keep improving, but start where you are and do something. For me, I have days that are triggers. So like Friday is my working on the business day. So if I have an idea that I want to implement in the business, I'll tend to park it until a Friday. And then I will work on that and get it in the business. So I've got some protected time. Make sure you get some protected time. Test, measure and adjust is the next one. TMA, I tend to call that number 5. As you're going along this, every week, every month, we've put these train track lines in because those are mental stopping points where it's, how did I do last week? Right, let me learn from last week before I plan this week in detail. And then at the end of the month, where did it, how did it go well last month? What was good? What did I need to change? What did I learn from it? Take all those things on board, have that pause moment, and then plan the next month. So chunk things down. And this, honestly, it will work. I cannot tell you the number of times, the number of people that we've done this with, and chunking it down and saying, what's in the next 90 minutes, what's in the next 90 minutes if you're having one of those 90-minute sessions. That's where you'll ask yourself a great question. What's the best use of my time right now? And you might want to write that down. What's the best use of my time right now? If I've got a 90-minute chunk in my diary, I'll go, oh, is it this? Is it that? Is it whatever? More of that on the next model. But by blocking out the time, I now have the option to say, what is the best use of my time right now? Okay. What do I want to achieve in the next 90 days? Everything else can go on a separate list, a separate goal list, a separate note. Keep it simple, keep it focused. So your Stairway to Heaven, that is a great plan. Take a screenshot of it. But if you've written it down yourself, you will see how powerful that is. And I've got a way to help you actually do this with a lot more detail. Some of you will have joined the challenge. I do a free challenge every quarter as well. You're in our community, you will get invitations to future challenges. And we spend 5 days going through this particular Stairway to Heaven, this particular model. It's not a big job. We chunk it down to just 20 minutes a day. And each day we do 20 minutes, move it on. By the end of it, we've got a clear goal plan. And again, the testimonials are, wow, this works. This is great. It's visual. I can share it. You can move things around. So that's the first model. And it's really nice and simple. I'm not going into more detail than that because I want to get to the other model, which is the big 1-page, big business plan. Nice and simple. I've looked at so many business plans over the years. I've been a consultant in, very corporate environments. I've been a one-man business. I've worked for small businesses. And regardless of where you are, there is one page that I'm going to share with you that will be your 1-page business plan. It works for all businesses, any size. And we call it the NEEBS model because it's the 9 essential elements for business success. It does work. Again, I'm referencing here pages in the workbook because this has its own separate section. But this works for profitability. The first thing is it makes you more profitable. It makes it more predictable, makes your business more sustainable. And if you've got all those foundations really strong, the stronger your foundations, the higher you can go. It's up to you how ambitious you are and what your plans are. If you just want to get control of your business, this will work. If you want to really grow your business, this will work. Wherever you are, this will work. There are 3 pillars. I've made it as simple as I can. So NEEBS, 9 essential elements for business success, but tested in all kinds of business. Now, this again, it's a really simple 1-page model. It did take me a lot of work and a lot of time to make it this simple. I've studied, I've learned, I have used all sorts of business models over the years. And my frustration was I wanted something that was just simple, easy, and that gave me a quick answer as to where am I and what do I need to focus on to get away from that overwhelm. There's so many things to do. Yes, there are so many things to do, but we're going to look at these 3 pillars. It's on 1 page, 3 pillars, 4 cornerstones. Look at the cornerstones. We're going to pick those up in the next part of the presentation. We're going to cover all the 9 boxes. Everything that you do in business will sit within these 9 boxes. That's why I'm so happy to share it. The other reason I'm happy to share it is because of the number of people that have come back to me and said, Mary, this is great. I've just had the best quarter ever. And all I've done is taken this and used it. Then sometimes people want more. They want to come in and find out how we work the 9 boxes. There's more that you can do. We can go as deep as you like into any of these boxes. But for now, I'm going to give you a blooming good overview. Can you see those little boxes underneath? If you look underneath each of them, there's 4 boxes. The reason is you can print this sheet out and you can start now and score yourself on each of these boxes and think of them as pillars. The first pillar is all about you. The second pillar is the engine room of your business. And the third pillar is about scaling, growing, streamlining, giving you more free time or giving you more growth. So 4 pillars. 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 you might mark yourself down 1 quarter in here, and then the next quarter, when you come to it, you'll put your score in there the quarter after. So this lasts for a year. Each time when you're scoring yourself, and let's say you score yourself out of 10, you might say, oh, my vision, my values, my goals, vision, mission, values, goals, all those things are in this box. You might mark yourself as an 8. Now, I did this. I marked myself really high the one time, and then I saw somebody else who hadn't just got a vision board, he got a vision book. And I looked at that and I thought, I want a vision book. I want something that clearly spells out exactly what I do. So I went from an 8 to a 5. That's me marking myself from an 8 to a 5. Had I got worse? No. Had I realised how much more scope there was? Yes, absolutely. And this is the great thing about this model. You can look at all the different boxes, and we have a community of people where we're looking at this all the time. And let me take away any fears or concerns straight away. We have a free community and a paid community. Both are supported and both will get, different levels of support, but you can dive as deep into these as you like. I'm going to give you a quick overview of each of them, and it will be a quick overview. So take screenshots, make brief notes, bullet points, any questions you've got, put in the chat and we'll get to them afterwards. But I'm going to go a pillar at a time. So pillar number 1 is about you. Why have you set the business up? What's your time? How much are you going to put into it? And what's the money side of things? So when you look at this, each of these boxes is going to be in exactly the same place it was on that 1-page plan. And just some ideas to get you thinking. Have you got a vision chart? Have you got a vision board? Have you got some keywords that are important to you? Now, this one on the right is an app at the bottom. That is just to illustrate that sometimes you don't know quite what you're aiming for. You're just taking the next steps. Even if, like our youngest client, excuse me, our youngest client ever was 16 when he started to do this. And he had been running his own business in school since he was 12. Long-standing 90-day planning member, great guy, Nathan Littleton. He could only think in terms at that stage. We've also worked with people who are in their 80s who go, yeah, I'm looking at a different term. Wherever you are in the season of your life, in the season of your business, think about your goals and what you want. What's your vision? Why did you set the business up? Here we have a very expensive, beautiful Jack Canfield vision board that I bought. And actually, I'll be honest with you, I've never used it. It's so pretty and so nice. I've given it to somebody else because I don't want to deface it. Crazy. But I've used online vision charts, and this here is a brilliant one. It doesn't matter that you can't see the detail. The real key point to this is a family did it together. I had a client and he was saying, oh, I don't know, I've been so busy, I've forgotten about goals. So he got his family to sit down and they came up with all sorts of things. But in this area, you're talking about what you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have. Write those 3 words down, because in terms of your vision and your goals, be, do, have is what they'll tend to boil down to. Okay, so at first we have a dream. And then what we do is we have lots of dreams, keep hold of those dreams, and I've got resources to help you capture those dreams. Make a list of them, dream big, and then pull out the goals, get them onto a plan, get them onto your stairway to heaven, take action, you will achieve them, and celebrate them. Be sure to celebrate. This is a real great thing at the bottom. LBs and NTs, I'm going to introduce you to these quickly. I've got a lot to share with you, but it's all good stuff. LBs and NTs are one of the most useful, simple tips and resources that I share with people. After we do something, an event, for example, we'll sit down and we'll go, how did that go? What did we like best? On one side of a sheet of paper, we'll go around the team. What were all the things we liked best? We'll do it consciously because we want to keep that in. Let's keep doing that and learn to keep doing it consciously. Then only when we've got all the LBs, the like best, keep doing it. Then we look at NTs. What can we do next time to make it even better? Those have to be something you can do. This is not a moaning, bitching fest. This is literally staying positive and saying, next time I could do this, I could do that. we have calls on our team like this regularly. We're always saying, that was good, a campaign we did, an event that we delivered, something else that we thought about. What do we like best? Let's keep that and let's refine it with the NTs. It must be something you can do next time to make it better. Unbelievably simple, unbelievably powerful. So think about your dreams and goals and go back to them, because I've had grown men cry because they've realized how far away they are from why they set the business up. Let's get you back on your goals and your focus. Box number 2, next one down, is time. Now, time is not a renewable, unlimited resource. It's the one thing we've got limited amount each week, each day, each life. We don't know when it's going to end, which is why I've got that picture in the middle. As we get older, you feel like time's running away from you, and it's amazing how much more focused we can get. Now, some people in their work are particularly focused. You've got wedding planners. This top right is a wedding planner. People use checklists, timetables, diaries. I am big fans of all of these things. And I'll tell you why. Because if I've got a checklist, I don't have to remember and keep all that stuff in my head. If I've got a checklist and I've got a team, I don't have to check up on them if they're following the checklist. They know what's coming next. And some of your lowest paid team members or part-time help can create the best systems and checklists. We'll get to that later. But a checklist means when I am doing that particular job, I can get to it, I can focus, I can get it done in less time. And if you have a checklist, you can tick where you're getting to. And then if you get distracted, as we often do, we can get back on track quickly and easily. Having checklists and access to things on the phone, calendars, diaries, color coding, big fan of all of that. And when you're working your plans and looking at things, are you making sure that you're managing the time in the diary? Every Friday, I do an on the business session. I review and then I plan every Friday. If I've got something happening, by default, this is what I do. By default, this is my diary. And a default diary is like a school timetable, but for your life and your business. What if something happens? What if I've got 90-day planning workshop delivery on Friday? Then whatever's in there for Friday has to get moved. But having this default diary, and there are loads of resources in every single one of these boxes, so I'm going to have to skim over them. But, you know, this is just to show you how there is so much depth. Having a default diary, you move it, you don't lose it. So lots of great useful things in there. Checklists, timetables, regular things that happen. Cornerstone, big cornerstone. Bottom left-hand side of the model, financials. Have you worked out your budgets and your actual? Now, this was an area that I avoided for ages because I had more than enough money coming in to pay the bills, to sort everything out, and to have left in the business after paying me. What I missed at early days was talking to the accountant like this on the right, sitting down, because a lot of the money that I made back from the late 90s through to now, I could have been managing better. I could have been putting it away better by using my professional advisors. It's having clear direction financially. We've got everything online. We use Xero. There are lots of other things. Everything is online, not like the old days where, and some accountants still tell me people turn up with bags of paper. And don't be like the kid who your numbers and your figures, the money income, your incoming, your outgoings, those are markers of your business. Like you get in the car and you know how much fuel you've got, you know what speed you're doing. You need to know the numbers in your business. They're the language of your business. So take a bit of time to invest, excuse me, with your team, with your bookkeeper, with your accountant. I have 2 sessions a month with my bookkeeper. He's on top of things. He tells me what's going on. We keep tabs on it all and we make plans. So get it in your diary. Real cornerstone, really important. Okay. Now we're moving on to pillar number 2, and we'll speed up through these because those fundamentals are really, really important. Those are the things that we cover in our quarterly challenge. So that's why we spend 5 days, just 20 minutes a day invested on each of those things that we were talking about. Pillar number 2 is the engine room of your business. Now, if this bit isn't working, you haven't really got a business, you've got a hobby. But we're looking at your marketing, your sales, and your delivery. So marketing, let's look at marketing. Go straight to those words in the middle on the die. And, you know, make a note. Who are you marketing to? Who's your ideal target market? And where do you find them in the highest concentration? Write those 2 words down, because you get those bits right and clear, and you've got 80% of your marketing plan. Now, some of you will know Andy, and you will know the LinkedIn stuff he does. He really helps you to home in on this. Excuse me. So the who and the where is the most important step. I got this wrong. I went networking to everything. I spent so much time traveling, eating, networking, handing cards out, talking. And then, of course, you've got to follow up, because otherwise there's no point going. That's your sales system. I was great at marketing, and there was a long period of time where I was not so great at following up in sales. All of these, that's why we have a 1-page plan. All of these things are important for your business. So have you got a marketing plan? We've got a beautiful, simple 1-page plan that revolves around those words in the middle. So take a screenshot if you haven't already. Can you find your ideal people in your network, in your database, quickly and easily? Do you shout out? Do you give testimonials, get testimonials? Do other people shout out about you? And all the social media networks, well, heavens, we could spend a whole day on that. And up here, branded stuff. I have some branded stuff that people give me, and it works particularly well with our printer, because whenever I want printing, I'll look and his calendar is there in front of me. But are you getting your message out? Are you doing it well? Again, we've got heaps of information in the workbook that I'm referring to. And there's be just in the bottom corner, you can see a little hint of some of the questions and an idea of the marketing plan. But trust me, loads and loads of resources on all of that. Getting your client avatar really crisp and clear, getting out on your social media networks, and making sure you're in Andy's group as well, Andy's free group, so that you can get seen by more people. Okay. I'm hoping this is giving you some blinding flashes of the obvious and things that you maybe stopped doing that you could do again. Now we're on to the sales section. I went out and I got really good at marketing, but then I realized I didn't have a sales process. So having a sales process is something like, it could be as simple as on the top left here. Andy's very good with activity boards to see where people are and what stage they're at. He likes to see a clear plan. Most of us, if we're sensible, like to see where we are and how it's moving. Those kind of things, and a sales process can help you see where the bottlenecks are, where people move along well, and which bits you need to tweak. The more targeted and the clearer you are on your client avatar, your ideal contact, the easier it is to hit the target. Not like this poor kid who's been caught in the crossfire. I have spoken to a number of people who say, but I want to help everyone. You can if you are clear. I want to help everybody. I have a really clear process for that. Whether you want to join and be in our community free or paid, absolutely, it's up to the individual. We're grown-ups, we can decide. But I want to be supported at the end of anything like this. And I'll show you how you do that, free or paid, at the end. And the clearer you get on that, the easier it is for you to focus on delivering. But before we get to delivering, there's a couple of things I've put in here about the customer cycle. We've all heard, I'm sure, the meet, know, like, trust. So meet, know, like, trust, try. Now, I realise that people like to try before they buy, which is why I will do this, give stuff away. Some people will never buy. That's absolutely fine. Fill your boots. If you're a free person, fill your boots, because those are the people who tell other people, and have free stuff that you can give away. And let people try before they buy. It's one of the reasons I do a 5-day challenge every quarter. That challenge is still open if anybody wants to pick up on it. Then when people buy and they repeat buy and then they refer, that's a simple sales process. What do you do? What are your steps to get that done? Also down here, Engage and build the relationship. Now, this is Andy's real forte, where he helps people connect and LinkedIn, and on LinkedIn, he'll talk about find, connect, and engage. Find your ideal people, connect with them in the right way, and engage with them, and have a qualification process. And people can take their own qualification route. I want the free, I want the paid, I want this, I want that, I want more than that. Doesn't matter what it is, make it easy for people. Those 3 words, write them down. Make it easy. Know your activity, know what you need to do. And then at the bottom of this pillar, you've got delivery. So you do marketing, you do sales, and you do delivery. Now, the ideal is to keep all of those running together. Keep them all running together. We work with clients on that on an ongoing basis because we've done it. All marketing, oh my God, now I've got to sell. Now I've got to deliver. Oh, now I'm busy delivering. I'll stop marketing. No. Have it as a lovely cycle, a piece of machinery that keeps moving. Your marketing, your sales, your delivery. Deliver well, or people will talk about it. When you deliver well, they will talk about it, but sometimes you have to encourage them to give you testimonials, recommendations. I'm going to ask you straight up now, if you get value from this webinar, I would love you to go to my LinkedIn profile, Mary Collin 1, you'll see me, you'll see the face, and give me a testimonial. Tell me what you got from this, because it's not an ego boost for me. It's what did you get from it? Wow, I can have a business plan on 1 page. It can be simple. I achieved the best results I have in any quarter. It doesn't matter what it is, but think about how can you look at this and give thanks and gratitude? Where can you do that with other people who are giving you value? This is really important to me. I do it on a regular basis. Most people are quick to criticize and complain, but they're not nearly as forthcoming about giving thanks. So don't be scared to ask your members, your clients, your contacts, if you've helped them and they've said something nice to you, ask them to give you a testimonial. I'm doing it now to you. I would love you to give me a testimonial. If you've worked with Andy and you've had some great stuff from him, just nip onto LinkedIn, give us a testimonial. It helps other people see what they will get from working with you. And that's why I say it's not an ego boost. What do you get from being on this webinar, from working with us, from knowing us? Paul, you said about great content all the time. Lovely. Put it on LinkedIn so people can see it, and then ask your people to do the same for you where you're delivering. Ask for those testimonials. So I hope you've got some good action points already. As we move into the final furlong, as you might say, we're moving into pillar number 3. Now, if you've got pillar number 1 clear and you know why you're doing it and your time and your money, those are the most basic things, the fundamentals about you. Pillar number 2, the engine room of the business. You can put more coal on the fire. You can, turn it up. You can turn it down, but keep those 3 things moving. Marketing, sales, delivery. Marketing, sales, delivery. Don't wait until you finish delivering to look for the next deal. I made that mistake and I learned from it. So we like people to learn from some of the things that we've learned rather than have to do it themselves. Our thing is all about helping you get results faster. As you join and participate more in our communities. So this is about getting your business to a much more sustainable level and looking at growth and scaling. So let's get into these 3 boxes. The first one, top left, sums it all up for me. Too many business owners are stuck doing the do. I've done this because it's all in their head. And if you've ever caught yourself saying, oh, nobody else can do it as well as me, or, I gave it to somebody else to do and it just wasn't good enough. That's because it's still in your head. You haven't got a system written down and tested. Our team, we've got some great systems and all of the team are constantly improving those systems, going LBs and NTs. Like best, we've got a great system. Next time we could add this in, we could add that in, we could do so-and-so. So you get the power of the compound effect. If you can get stuff out of your head and get it down on paper, sometimes you'll see, I've been doing this hard for too long. You'll also see that systems can be accessed anywhere. If you've got a good system, a good CRM, a client relationship management database? Can you find your ideal people? We're property investors as well and work with a lot of property investors. Can you find your landlords? Can you find your letting agents? Can you find your prospects? Can you find your agents? Can you, whatever it is, can you find them quickly and easily? Can you find your prospects? Can you find your clients? Can you find your past clients? This is about setting up your systems to support you. We can sit anywhere in the world, and this was one of our goals on the Stairway to Heaven. We wanted to spend more time in Spain. We live here. Andy's joining us from the UK today, but we live in Spain. Now, we had to get a lot of stuff online and a lot of systems organised and a lot of things out of our head onto paper. We have instruction manuals. They're all online. That's just to illustrate a point. It also frees you up because you're not having to wait for someone on your team or a client or a prospect to find information, to ask you, to wait till you're in on Monday morning after a weekend. We make it very, very easy, and all our systems are online. If people want something, they can find it quickly and easily, and they can speak to us as well. So that's operations and admin. You can streamline it, which then it has a ripple effect on team. Team for us stands for together everyone achieves more. Now, some people think, well, I haven't got a team, it's just me. Well, you've probably got a bookkeeper or an accountant. If you do your own bookkeeping, you'll have an accountant. You will have solicitors, you'll have your bank, you'll have network leaders, you'll have all kinds of things. So my point here is we delve deep with our members into who's your internal team, who's your external team, and have you got the right people on the bus in the right places? Otherwise, you're spelling something completely different. Are you lining up your ducks in a row so that it all works? So team, get everyone together, right people on the team, right people in the right places, people you can lean on. Andy and I can lean on each other. We're both good at lots of things, but some specialities are quite different. So we lean on each other. We also help each other through tough times. Our members in the free and the paid community, our members lean on each other. They help each other. They ask questions. Oh, I've done this. I did that challenge. This was what it did for me, or this was a tip that I want to share. And your network, again, your network is incredible. We're living in this fantastic house in Spain. And a lot of it is thanks to our network. I can't go into the whole story here, but we found it through our network. We knew somebody who told us about it because they knew somebody else. Andy went out and found somebody who knew somebody else, who knew lawyers, people who could sort out the legals for us, all sorts of things. So again, think about your team. This is a powerful, powerful area. And there are 6 keys to a winning team. Haven't got time to go into them now. But again, I'm giving you an overview of each of these boxes. So team helps us achieve more. And results. Now, this is great, but we need to do that. Remember that thing about working on your business. Stop, check back, do this, that, and the other. So we need to take time to look at our results. And as well as looking at them, and here's us at different events. That was work. That was lovely at Chateau Impney, planning our next quarter with the guy, Steve, who was organising the event with us. So check your results on a regular basis. And that's back to the stairway again, because checking your results, am I moving up my stairway at the right time? So simple model, really simple. You have that pinned up on your wall with your scores underneath. And even that alone is going to get you a way better result than you've had before. I know because people keep telling me. So vision and commitment to your goals matters. Now there's a video here, which I'm not going to play today. You can find it on the internet. It's called Joe Wicks, My 10-Year Overnight Success. It's 2.5 minutes. And I saw a post from him this morning and he warms my heart because whether you like him, loathe him or don't care about him, here is a guy who had commitment. He had the vision. His goal was actually to be a busy personal trainer, providing great service to clients who appreciated it and got great results. A bit like we want, we want to help people who want to get great results, whichever route and membership option they choose. So today he posted and he was showing his mom some stuff in London. and you can look it up, it's on Instagram and probably on Facebook as well. He said, I never had all of this and the millions he's raised for charity and the money he's made. He said, I never had that as my goal. I just wanted to turn up on time consistently and do a good job. Now, he did that, and the videos and his posts talk about how he turned up when there was nobody there and he felt like a complete banana, all dressed up and ready to go, all his stuff set out, and nobody turned up, or one person turned up. Think about that level of commitment. He was passionate about what he did. I love 90-day planning. I love it. I keep doing it, showing up every quarter because it works. And I want to share that with people and show you how you can get the most out of it. Now, we've cracked this 90-day planning code. You know the model, you know the image. We've cracked it. So we're going to give it to you free. Okay, we're also going to give you the Stairway to Heaven free, and I'm going to show you where you can get those. I'm also going to tell you a little bit more about membership. If you decided to join us as a subscriber, the first thing I want to say is we're in introductory mode. This will change, but we are in introductory mode. We have a lovely group of people who are our founders and introductory members, and you get a special deal. If you join, you get guaranteed fixed investment for life. The price, the investment you pay every month will never, ever go up, and you will get more support than anybody who joins as a standard member later. But this is open at the moment. You get a full day quarterly workshop. Now, this was all we ever used to do. Full day, and we charge $249 a month for it. People love it. It's online. You're finished at 5:01. You've got great stuff. You've got the workbook. You've got everything. Okay. I also do an in-between one now, halfway points, as an extra bonus, because we can keep improving it. There's a midway catch-up bonus. What we also do is we have a members-only Facebook group. So clearly there's a higher level of support in this than in the free group, which our members are a member of that one as well. They're in free and the subscription group. But again, you're getting help in the members group. We also have monthly Zoom meetings. Now, we have 2 Zoom meetings. We have one on the first Tuesday, which is a deep dive into one of the boxes. And this is great. This is where we've had people say, I've got a proposal to do. Can you help me with that? People come on, I'll go through different things. I'll show them where to find things. I'll coach them through the implementation of whatever it is they're doing. And they come back and they go, I won it by a mile. They told me I was head and shoulders above everybody else. And then they use us for the onboarding process. So they dig into all these things that we've got within each of these boxes. So deep dives once a month, and Q&A and sharing challenges and wins once a month. So we have all of those as well. All recorded, all in a library, fully searchable. And you can join these calls very quickly from the members front page, join on the first, the second, the second call, and see all the call recordings. We make it easy. We also send a weekly email that walks you through each of the 9 boxes. It isn't a course. It isn't that you have to do all of these things. It's layering in information. Some people tell me, I haven't got time to read it. It's not the box I'm working on. I ignore it. I file it. It's fine. I know we'll come round again next quarter. Others read it, skim it, and go, oh, lovely. So when they're ready to do something on a particular box, they've already got knowledge layered in. So that helps them tremendously. And then they know they can come and ask for more help. So lots of value in each of these things. There's a members hub. And this is what I was saying about having everything. So people can say, oh, I want to go through a client avatar. I want to put a marketing plan together. I want to put a proposal together. I've got team to onboard, whatever it is. There are resources in your members hub if you join us. And it's access all areas. Now, everything is fully searchable. If you want to search through the videos that you've missed, you say client avatar, it will take you to the right video, the right time stamp in the video. That's fully searchable. Equally, on the site, you can search and it'll say, well, you've got these documents and this is where Mary's mentioned this or Andy's mentioned that. So fully searchable, really easy, members only. And there's also an introductory 12-minute video that says, hey, this is what you get when you join. You come in, this is your first page. It's got those links at the bottom to say, I want to go to the call, I want to join the calls, or I want to go to the recordings. Tells you how to get the best out of the membership and move through the navigation tabs. This is what it looks like when you get inside. The 9 boxes we've looked at, plus 10 for personal, because that's the bit that is it's like your glasses, it fits over the top. This is why I'm doing this. This is me. This is my personal life. There are sections for all of them, and they are chunked down. And it's designed so that you can either read and learn more about each of the sections, or you can skip straight to the bottom and get the downloads that you want. It's all easy. At the bottom of the first page, when you're a member, there's also a 90-day planning calendar. All of our events, all of our workshops, our Zoom calls, our challenges, everything, that they're all in the calendar that you can download, and they're straight in your diary so you don't miss anything. And if you want to book a one-to-one, we can do that. And if you want a one-to-one with Andy, we can do that too. So we pack a lot in, but it's also about community. And there are some key words here. I think you've got the content. If you want to write these down, feel free. Content, convenience, because it's all delivered conveniently. And it's all tried, tested and proven. We only share the best of what works. You've got, so community, convenience, content, and here's the community, some of the community. We've got great people helping, supporting, lovely, lovely bunch of people. We all know what it's like, and it's a safe place to be. Now, if we sold all of those separately, you would only have got them if you had paid as a one-to-one client, paying £2,000 a month before. Now, I'm going to show you where to get the free stuff as well after this. So thank you for bearing with me through this. I just want to explain content, community, consistency through the implementation, coaching you through the implementation. £2,000 a month. I don't want to have one-to-one clients. I prefer the group environment. It's lovely, it's fun, it's easy. You all kind of feed off each other. We all feed off each other. So this, if you want to join it, is just £79 plus VAT, if that's appropriate. If you're in the UK, you'll get charged VAT. £79 a month. Now, that's less than we were charging for just the workshop. And you can see there's loads more in there. There is an offer. You can go to 90dayplanning.co.uk and join. And I'm going to put that up in a second. In fact, Andy could type that in the chat as well, if you would please, Andy. 90dayplanning.co.uk. This is open. It closes on Wednesday at 6 o'clock, the invitation to membership. And the reason it closes is really simple. I take you on a journey. For the next 13 weeks, we work closely together. At the end of that, I'll be doing the free stuff again. I'll be delivering again. I'll be doing the challenge. But I want to work with our members to make sure you're in. You've got these things. You've got it in your diary. You know how to work it. You meet the other members who are wonderful. So it closes at 6 p.m. on Wednesday. But the offer is there to join. And if you join, it's guaranteed fixed for life. As long as you stay a member in good standing, your rate will never, ever go up. It's already gone up a couple of times and it will go up in the future. I'm doing this at the special rate because this is about building strong foundations in exactly the same way I talked to you about it. So if you prefer to join the free group, you can go to 90dayplanning.co.uk, same page, but you go to the one-page business plan and you download it. You can still get all the things we've talked about. If you're not ready for it yet, that's absolutely fine. Go and do your one-page business plan, and also on there you'll find next to it the download for the Stairway to Heaven. Go and download them, have them with our compliments, and absolutely, you know, they will give you huge benefit. You also get, there's a table of free resources and you can go and look in there. There's more help that you can get if that's important to you. But if you want more help, then what I would say is we'll still continue to support the free group. I'm looking at the time and I'm conscious of time, so I'm speeding on, because the 90-day planning free group, you're going to get an email confirming that you're invited to if you're not already in the 90-day planning free group. But think about what has to change. What do you need to stop, start, keep doing, and continue. The NEEBS model, it's hugely powerful. I guarantee if you use it, you will have a better quarter than you've ever had. Now it's up to you. Do you stop where you are, or do you go and move forward? And just a reminder, you've got £24,000 worth and more, because a lot of this was not available to our one-to-one members. But if you want to join us inside the membership, and I'll answer any of your questions in just a moment, anything that you want to do, get inside, get the value, and join us inside, because it closes at 6 p.m. and £79 a month does not reflect the value that you'll get. It reflects our commitment to help business owners, especially those who become our introductory members, because our founder members have already shaped it for you. It's beautiful, it works, people are getting amazing results, and you've got the link in the chat to join. Now, what I'm going to do is stop the slide presentation and come back in the room, because whether you join us free or whether you join us paid, we're here for you and we want to help you. Clearly, it's at different levels, and you need to think about how you can do that for your communities as well. So, any particular, let me start the offer. The offer is up there to join the 90-day planning community. You will get support through implementation and coaching, and your price is locked in for life. So that offer is up there now, and I'm coming in for the chat. Thank you for your time today. We did it exactly in an hour, but if you want to ask any questions, whichever route you want to take, I'm here for you. So what questions do we have? And I can see Andy's asking for more clarity. So Andy, do you want to guide me on which questions people want answering?
Yes, of course. Gordon put a question in earlier, and you might have answered it. He said, is there a link to the workbook, please?
The link to the members get the workbook, because obviously that's packed full of a lot more information that then takes you to the resources in the members hub. So I've been asked over the years if we'll sell the workbook. We don't, because it's refined, it's constantly changing. So the workbook is for members. So if you join, you absolutely get that and all of the underlying resources that match it up, and coaching through implementation. So I hope that helps and answers that question for you, Gordon. If you've got any other questions, let me know. You've also seen I've given you some more free resources in that website.
Cool. And Dominic's put his hand up to speak. And I did say, what's your question, Dominic? I don't know whether you're still on the line, whether you want to type it in, or whether, I'm not sure whether, can you take them off mute? I don't know whether he's still there. Saab had said, great presentation, but he'd also said that he was setting up an event consultancy business. So I've said, hey, we have cracked an amazing way to drive attendees to your events through LinkedIn events. So he and I are going to catch up and chat. But if there's anyone else out there either doing events or thinking of doing events, in fact, we'll send it out in the email, Mary. I've got a short 3-minute walkthrough video on how you can publish your events on LinkedIn and drive lots of attendees. LinkedIn will let you invite 1,000 of your connections per week to your event, and if you set it up right, allow you to upload the data of those attendees into your CRM, which is just gold on gold, because there's lots of people out there paying $5, $10 a Facebook lead to get people to their events. So we'll include that link for those of you. You can see it, you can do it yourself for free. And then if you're looking to make it consistent or scalable, you just reach out and we can chat through. So Dominic, I don't know whether you're still on the line, whether you've got a question.
Dominic, yeah, let's get you on and tell us what your question is, or a comment. It would be great for those of you who are still on to share what your most useful takeaway was, or your biggest, oh my God, I need to do that, you know, share those moments with us. MK, one of my key learnings from attending 90 Day with you was that I got all my staff to write their manuals. Yay! Then I went even further and recorded many sections. Today, I asked someone to do a job they don't normally do, and they went straight to the video to learn how. Absolutely. And this is what we work with our members on. They cannot believe that they do not have to do it all themselves. And they really, the most junior person is the best person to write the manuals, because when you explain it to them and they put it into a document, if they can go away and do it, it's a system. If it isn't, you need to fill in the gaps. So everyone on our team knows this is not a criticism of any of us writing systems. I'll write a system and put down what I think. When somebody else goes to test it, because it's not a proper system till it's tested and proven, they'll go, where do I get this from? Or what is that document? I'm not clear what it is. And we put the link into it, it all gets easier. So fantastic news, Mark. I love that. And life does get easier and easier and easier. So let's see, have we had Dominic? Dominic, oh, hi, Sahab, you're a female. Great, there's lots of us around. What other questions do we have? Or what's your biggest takeaway? What is it that you're going to do as a direct result from this? Because too many people come on a webinar and then they rush off to the next one, but they're not allowing themselves time to implement. And the reason we set 90 Day Planning up was because we realized people need support to implement. We have great ideas. We get loads of great ideas from seminars, webinars, events that we go to, books that we read, audios that we listen to. We get loads of brilliant ideas. But often it's the gap is that you just need a little bit of help to be coached through the implementation of it into your business. Now, this is another reason I like the group stuff that we do in 90 Day Planning, because when I'm coaching Kirsty through one of our members, through her proposals, other people are listening. And then weeks later, when they're ready to do a proposal, they go, oh, I'm going to go and listen to that call again. That was brilliant. We're leveraging our time massively. We're all getting better results by just working together and hearing other people. And then when you hear the next stage where she comes back and says, they told me I was miles ahead of everybody else, head and shoulders and more beyond. And I said, well, why was that? And she said, because this, because that, and just all the tips that we've covered inside the membership call. So it's great. It is great. Oh my word, Saab, we met you in Wolverhampton. That is, yeah, that's going back. We're still doing work with Andrew Charlton, who organises those events. So that is wonderful. What else have we got? How much time to spend on network marketing? Actually, yeah, I've spent a lot of time networking, and I've realised I was not clear on who was my ideal target market and where I could find them in the highest concentration. So I went to every networking event known to man. They called me ubiquitous. They said, the ubiquitous Mary Collin, you're everywhere. Well, I was, yeah, absolutely. And I was there because I was learning how to network. But then I realized it's not just about learning how to network, it's learning where to network. And this is something Andy's very good at, narrowing it down, getting clear on who your ideal is. Find your ideal contacts, connect with them in the right way, build the relationship, all those things. Graham, good to see you here, because I know we swapped emails last week. Coping with growth, prioritizing and basic time management. Do you know, it's the beautiful thing about 90 Day Planning is the framework I've talked about, the one-page plan, is the scaffolding. It's the scaffolding for your business. It's the structure. What we build with that scaffolding is completely different for each of us in our businesses. But you can put it up and you can say, I'm building a skyscraper, I'm building a bungalow, I'm building a, man cave, I'm building a, whatever. It doesn't matter what we're building, the structure will work for everything. And we keep coming back to it every 90 days. We come back to those full day workshops with I've changed. The world out there, certainly in the last 18 months, has changed. And we're keeping up with it. We're keeping up with it. We're looking at it and picking the best of everything and sharing everything. Yeah, consistency is really important, really important. Creating revenue, working on the business, in the business. Yeah, we just do a little at a time. One of our mantras, and this is worth writing down for those of you who are still on, a step at a time, a week at a time. Tortoise and the hare. I talk about the tortoise and the hare a lot. The hare goes running off and then runs out of steam, or decides they're so far ahead they can relax and rest on their laurels. In the meantime, the tortoises of the world are taking one step at a time, then the next step, then the next step. And they often have more consistency. So it isn't a race, but if you treat it like a race, you can either burn out and wear yourself out, or you can pace yourself. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Do you want to be in business for the long haul? Then don't kill yourself in the first year, 2 years, 3 years. And what we're talking about here is a 90-day planning membership, because you're not going to do this in a month, 2 months, 3 months. It depends where you are in your business. But I know that through this, we can continually and consistently add value and convenience and community and coaching to our members. And we can take you whatever level you're at to the next level and the next level and the next level. So we don't want people to join and think I'm going to have it done in a month. We want them to join and grow to wherever is right for them. There is no time commitment. You don't have to join for a particular period of time. But what I would say is, if you were having coaching, you would have coaching on an ongoing basis to get the results. And I would say and recommend that you join with a view to consistently improving every 90 days. It doesn't matter where you are now, where you want to get to, keep consistently improving towards it every 90 days. So, Sahab, best advice from today's webinar: do it right now. Yeah, do it. Whatever it is, do it, get it done, start. Even if you start small, come back to it tomorrow and do a bit more now and a bit more now. And if I would love to see you inside the membership, if it's right for you and you're right for us, you know, because we want people who are going to show up and commit and work with our other wonderful members and all share tips and help each other. They're great. They're a great bunch of people. So you get a free community as well as part of the deal. The resources are great because people will say, oh, I've got this. And I think, well, I've got huge libraries of resources. Andy and I have collected heaps over decades. So we don't put everything in there. But what we do is we make it manageable for you. We help you on your success path, on your journey. But what we also do is if something comes up, we go, I've got something I can put into the Members Hub for that. So all of those things are about helping you to do more in less time, helping you to achieve things with tried, tested and proven resources and coaching support and a community of people who understand what it's like. That's what we're about. You know, it's not a tick box exercise in the simplest sense of the word. It's a community, it's ongoing. It will give you surprising benefits and bonuses by being part of it. And you get access to the level of coaching that normally you'd have to invest thousands of pounds a month for. So it's our commitment to do it to the group of members. We will have free support in the Facebook free group. Obviously, that has to be at a different level. But we will make sure that you get access to those same two models. You can download them. There are some free resources in there on that page, on the table, that you can access to. So, yeah, let's keep the chat. Do it now. Michelle Collins. Do you mean Mary Collin? Everybody adds an S on my name, but I'm Mary, not Michelle. Is the Anthony Robbins to businesses? Bless you, bless you. That's incredible. I have worked hard. I have made lots of missteps over the years. I've done things the hard way. I've learned how to do them the smart way. I have invested and continue to invest in myself too. Andy and I work with our own coaches. We work with each other, which is great because we're always keeping each other on our best game. And that's important. We also work with other coaches. We're constantly looking for how can we see what's happening out there. And as business coaches, how can we come to the table with more for you in an easier format? We'll do the work. I'm happy to do the work to make something simple so that you can take it, you can use it, and you can have better results in your life and your business so that you can have a more enjoyable business. It can be really hard work sometimes, can't it? Anybody else, think that sometimes it's really tough being a business owner? And what step do I take next? What do I do? Well, come and join us and we'll work with you step by step through your goals, because our members look after each other as well as me and Andy looking after them. We're here for you. We want you to succeed and have more fun. That's why we've added a personal category to the 9 boxes. And the personal is what fits over the top. I did say that I would show you, and for those of you who've been staying on and had the commitment, do you remember I said the 1-page plan? Your stairway to heaven. Where are you now? Where are you headed? What's important to you? Take those steps. Take a step at a time. Do that for a quarter. This is our last quarter. Okay. Doesn't matter what's on it. You don't need to see the detail. But what you can see is I've got now and I've got future. And I've got it divided into the 3 months. Now, it picked up a pace towards the end because we had various other things going on. Remember I talked about colour coding. Colour coding is great. Now, Andy will tell you he doesn't particularly like me turning up with this because it looks a bit horrific. But this is 1 page I can look at throughout my quarter. His side is this side, which is, it's a little cleaner. But I've got lots of things that I do consistently, and I've put things that the team do consistently on the other side. All I need to do is sit down with Andy with this on our regular meetings and ask him about some of these things. Are they on track? Are they moving ahead? He gets more ideas. He's very creative. So we'll put them into the plan, and then I can work out how certain things happen in our business because of it. So that's alignment. That's regular check-in. That's testing, measuring, and adjusting. And because we've been doing this for a while, obviously, we have a really good plan each quarter now. It didn't start like that. It started with a lot of stuff. You can do these things with Post-its. You can start with Post-its if you're not sure where things fit. Start it with Post-its, move them around and go, oh, I need to do that before I can do this. So just move your Post-its around. And another tip that I gave to our challengers last week is these lovely things called friction pens. I'm just looking for both sides of my desk to pick them up. Friction pens, Frixion, are great because on the end of them, you've got a rubber. So you can write and you can rub out and move things around. My diary looks a lot better since I've got these, because I was forever changing things, moving things around. So Frixion, friction pens and highlighters. I'll type that in the chat. So don't be shy. What questions have you got for me? Anything you'd like to know about business or the models, anything at all, I'm here for you. What would you like to cover? Otherwise, I'll disappear. Which, I can happily do, but I'm here to give to you. So if you have questions for me or for Andy, fill your boots, make the most of it, take advantage of us. It's why we're doing this. Take advantage of the free group. And if you're ready to take advantage of the members group at that price that is fixed and guaranteed forever, as long as you stay a member, your price will not go up. Your investment will remain the same. The value will keep increasing as we change and grow. So you tell us what What do you want to know? Because I can stay here and talk all day, except I can't, because Webinar Jam will throw us out at some point. Andy, is there anything you'd like to add or comment on?
No, I don't think so, because we can just go over the same stuff in more detail, and there was lots covered there. It's great to see people still on the line and the comments coming in. You know where Mary's offer is, and you know where the links are. Look forward to engaging with you and working with you.
Yeah, and I think the important thing for everybody is, you've been on the webinar. I'm seeing some lovely comments and kind comments about how much people have enjoyed it and got from it. What's important to both of us is, what do you do next? What do you do to really make a difference in your life and your business? Because the impact that something will have on you of taking action, the impact it will have on you and the impact it will have on the people around you. We have a great team, a growing team who we really care about, including a virtual assistant in the Philippines who we're impacting on him, we're impacting on his family, because team, together everyone achieves more. We're all in it together, we're all adding value, and we're all thinking, how can we make things better for our members? But it's only going to happen if you take action. So as lovely as it is to have people say how much they enjoyed it, I really want you to think about, what are you going to do? And I'll tell you a story about 1997. 1997, I was sitting in the Motorcycle Museum in Birmingham, and I was attending an event that I'd paid, I think I'd paid £37 to go to this event. And it was an event that it was telling me all about business and how to run a business. And I was just leaving my job in September of that year. And I went along and I thought, this is great. I made loads of notes. Now, I do make lots of notes. I do implement a fair number of things from my notes. I don't implement everything. I mean to, but I go back and review, and then new things come in. So I don't implement everything that I get from my notes. Sometimes I need to hear it again, and then I'll come back and go, oh, actually, I heard that before. I should have done it before. But I sat in that room, and when he made the pitch, what he did, he said, Peter Thompson it was, he said, right, now you can join my membership. And he looked at the value and he said, it's, you know, all this value. And I'm not charging that. And I'm not charging this, and I'm not charging this. And he called it the skiing downhill thing. So he skied downhill and he said, membership is this. And I think it was 1997, I mean, £1,997 a year for membership. And I looked at it and I thought, I haven't even got a client yet. I can't afford it. And I sat there and I was wrestling with my conscience. I was really, oh, what do I do? I want this stuff. I want this stuff. And at 1997, I had to take a chunk of money as my savings, the money I was going to use to build a business. And I thought, I'm in, because I can't afford not to do this. And by saying I can't afford not to do it, I paid my money. I went to every meeting. I turned up to everything. I was pretty broke, really. I hadn't saved a lot of money. I had got some money I could call on, but my business didn't have any clients. It was new. So I was looking at my business as being, I'm going to have to fund it a bit to start. And that's one of the reasons that, first of all, I've got great results and helped other people get great results, because I know how important it is, not just to get the ideas, but to implement, to do it, to put it into practice. I know how exciting it is when you put things into practice and you are making yourself more accountable. The money made me more accountable. If I'm paying this money, I am going to get a massive return on my investment. Well, what happened to me in that first year was my income back in 97, my income went from 50 to 198,000 in that year. And when I kept going back, and these were only quarterly meetings, and when I went back to each meeting, each quarter, and we all shared what we'd done, that was all it was at the time. That was all our 90-day planning was for a long time, just once a quarter, not the in-between stuff. And I went back and they'd say, how did you do that? And I said, well, remember when so-and-so spoke about this last time? I did that. Remember when this person spoke about something? I did that. And people who had been guiding me and advising me and sharing their best stuff, some of them had not been doing it themselves. So they were stunned that they were literally going, wow, you're making more than me at that. And I was thinking, well, all I'm doing is doing what you shared with me. You told me this worked, so I went and did it. So that was one of the best investments I ever had. What it's made me do now is it's made me literally look at 90-day planning and go, how can we make this easy for you? Because I know how tough it is. I know how emotional it is to actually think, I'm going to make a commitment and invest. That's why I don't do any annual payments. I do monthly investment, and it's a monthly subscription. How much do you pay to Netflix? How much do you pay to Sky? How much do you pay to the gym? Are you using all of those things? Are you getting the value from it? This is a membership that will give you what you need for your business and the support and coaching through implementation. I am passionate about it. I do want it to be affordable and manageable. So, £79 a month plus that. But for you, it's fixed and guaranteed forever. That will never go up, regardless of what I do with new incoming members down the road. Yours will be fixed, and you will always have that introductory member status. So you will be special. Give it some thought. I can't see any more questions coming in. So thank you so much for your time today. You've got the last chance now while I'm talking. If you've got any last minute questions, I will answer them. But I've shared 2 of my best models with you. I know they work. We've had so many business owners who told us what a difference they've made, and wannabe business owners, people who are not there yet. I remember what that felt like. So I hope you will join us, and I hope you will become a 90-day planning free member and a paying subscriber if it's right for you. Only if it's right for you. But if it is, I promise we will be there. We will guarantee we deliver great value, and you will be glad that you did. So I hope to see you on the inside of both memberships. That would be fantastic, but whatever's right for you. Thank you again for your comments, some privately, some in the public domain. And now is your last chance, or we'll be closing the webinar. Any more final comments? Biggest takeaway? Is anyone going to make a commitment about what they're going to do? Otherwise, what I'm going to do is say thank you. It's been fantastic. I've loved being with you. It's taken me on my journey all over again, from scared and can I and dare I to, yeah, great. Now I can constantly invest in myself. So thank you for your time, and go make it happen. Okay, go take action on those 2 models and join us, whichever is right for you. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. Yay, Saab, good for you, good for you. And you know where we are if we can help you. There will be a replay of this sent out to you, because there's a lot of stuff in it, and I want to make sure that you look at it again. But remember, we will be closing the membership at 6 o'clock sharp. After that, I haven't got time to go after that. We've got to make sure everybody gets onboarded for the workshop. So 6 o'clock, it will close on Wednesday. And that's it. Let's call it a day. Let's wrap up. And thank you so much for your participation. And I wish you all the very best in your business.